Hey everybody, we're here for a new episode of Tier List Line. I'm here with Putty the Putty Man and JD the Donut Man, and today we're talking about Harry Potter movies, the entire franchise of Harry Potter movies, not including the movies that are not Harry Potter.
Yeah.
This
Uh-oh.
list is brought to you by our sponsor, Donuts by Johnny,
Mm,
the new
mm,
fragrance. It smells like donuts.
it's not a bad smell.
Yeah, it's not. It's okay.
Donuts.
Not to be confused with the following lists that will be
Mm.
brought to you by Eau de Putty, which smells
Oh,
like pool, dead pool.
Wow, why's it gotta be dead?
chlorine.
Chlorine.
Oh,
All right, so let's just jump into tier list land here, and we'll talk about some Harry Potter movies. And
Okay.
most likely, Putty will disagree with everything we have to say.
Okay. Well,
farewell.
these are all in chronological order. So the first one we have is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, as it was known here in North America.
Wow. Okay, like, can we go through the categories first? Because I think you did a good job here.
Okay. So Merlin's beard is top tier. Butterbeer is really good. We have Snape, which is kind of, you think he's evil, but he's not.
Ooh, spoilers.
Voldemort, which is pretty bad, and then the Dursleys, which is Harry Potter's adopted family, who are just pieces of garbage human beings.
You know what's funny? A butterbeer actually sucks.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if anyone's ever had butterbeer here.
yes, I have
It's very not good.
at the Harry Potter Wizarding World in New York.
Wizarding World. They have one in New York?
Yep,
Oh,
that's where I bought my Elder Wand.
That was in Orlando.
Lando.
Orlando. Well, let's jump into this. Okay, so this is the
Okay,
first movie, and it sucks horribly. It horribly sucks.
this is a Voldemort.
Okay, I'll allow it.
You were going
Putty,
to go
you have
less
any
than that?
comments, Putty? You want to say anything else about that one, Putty?
It's not the best one. I mean, it's the first one, so I guess maybe in a lot of ways, maybe it should be in Snake compared to what. Well, no, there's better movies. Keep it there.
Well, I mean, the effects are kind of janky. It was the first,
Well,
you know what
yeah,
I mean? So,
yeah.
Like, it's for what it is, it is. Um, but for what it is, it's also not.
yeah.
Yeah, like I get it, I understand, but it's like the it's not just the tone of the books changed.
Yeah, it's
The
completely different.
like I understand that it like after the first two books, it even got a little bit more adult in the
Mhm.
books, but like the first two movies are literally made
Children's
like as if
movies.
they're for children.
Yeah.
And it's so odd to like the when it switches to the third movie.
hmm
I mean, at the same time, we also have to consider that we are just like in the books, you're growing up with the characters, and just like in these movies, you're growing up with the cast.
Yeah,
So
but
kind of,
yeah.
it would be like if Home Alone was Home Alone for two movies and then Home Alone 3 was John Wick.
Yeah,
Well, I don't
pretty
know.
much.
I mean, I guess, but I never really thought of it
Pretty
that
much.
way.
Right? Like you could have done the right like if you watch Fantastic Beasts, which we'll get to when we get there, but
hmm
their tone is very childish compared to the later Harry Potter movies. Like it's a very like adventurous.
Tween.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has a very
Yeah.
like Twilighty fucking tone to it.
Not the middle one. We'll get to it when we get to
Yeah,
it,
we'll
though.
get to it when we get to it.
Chamber of Secrets. This was worse than the first one.
I think so. I
I
think
don't know.
it's
The
go.
first two in my eyes are those type of movies that I watched them one time, cool, they're awesome, and then they got boring. I never really went back to them. There was no thing. It felt like you said, there was that childish charm to it, and it definitely did grow into it. It wasn't actually. I feel like the next movie is where we started getting way more into the mature
This one
content.
is my favorite movie. This is The Prisoner of Azkaban.
This is the best one. It's not even close.
Yeah.
That's my second favorite.
Okay, well that's good. We'll put you whichever one's your favorite. We'll make sure to put it in the drizzles.
Wow.
I spelled it wrong.
Drizzles. Oh, we're doing it live.
We're doing it live. Me and my dyslexia. Goblet of Fire. This was a good one too.
Is this
Not
the
as good as
Olympics?
Yeah, this is the one with the tournament and stuff.
Yep.
It's like
I
this
would
is how
say
I
Snake.
this is how I talk about this is how I know which Harry Potter movies I'm talking about. I'm just like,
This
is
one
this the
had
one with that
Batman.
thing? Is this the one that
This
has
is the
that
one with
thing?
Batman.
Yeah, Robert. This is the Olympics.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
This is a Snape, a solid
Mhm.
Snape. I mean, it could
Okay.
be a butterbeer. There's potential for butterbeer.
Okay, not a solid snake, but a
Solid Snape.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you
Okay.
a solid snake.
Oh dear, let's keep this PG.
Yeah. Anyways, Putty, you ever had a trouser snake?
Ooh, what's a trouser snake?
What's the trouser snake?
What's this one called? the Order of the Phoenix?
This one is
This
the Order
is-
of the Phoenix. This one's a good one too.
This is my favorite one. This is the one I actually like. So I'm guessing it's going in the bottom list since I like it.
No, this one was a good one. This one was excellent.
This is a butter beer, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty beery.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that's fair. A lot of people have an issue with this movie. This
Which
is
one?
Half-Blood Prince, right?
Yeah, I like this
I
Half-Blood
like
Prince.
Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah, I like it.
Dumbledore
It's a
dies.
good one.
Spoiler for a 20-year-old movie, but
Shit, man. What's next? You're gonna tell me Superman dies in the comics?
Yeah.
Grizzly Adams
Yeah,
did have a beard.
Grizzly Adams did have it.
Um,
I think this is right up there with Order of the Phoenix.
it's behind it though.
Yeah. Harry Potter for Deathly Hallows 1.
Okay, I don't think this movie's as bad as people say, but it's also just a really long commercial for the second movie.
I think it's there.
I think it's at the top of Snape though.
Yeah, I don't really care. You guys can figure that
Okay.
out.
That's fine. And Deathly Hallows Part 2.
This has got to be in Butterbeer. This is a good ass movie.
So here's my thing. I want it behind Order of the Phoenix, though I do love it. But for me, it's still, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna put that out
It's
there.
the culmination of everything.
Give it to Putty. Just give it
Sure.
to Putty. I don't
Okay,
care.
give him Order of the Phoenix. It was a good movie.
It's irrelevant. They're in the same category.
Yeah. All right. So we have the first Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
So I'll go ahead and put this out there. This is where we're gonna start getting to the point where I'm gonna be like, I only saw this one. I didn't see the other two.
Okay.
So this I did enjoy, but I agree with you on the childish charm. I don't know how the other movies ended up going, how went later.
They went
but
darker.
I'll be honest with you. This one is probably why I didn't watch the next two because it's not a
That's
bad
a good
movie.
thing.
It's not a bad movie. It's just the thing is I know they're trying to introduce characters and make you go, oh my God, it's that character from the old movies, but it didn't give me that feeling. It
Well,
didn't give me that
they didn't
excitement.
introduce Dumbledore until the second one.
Okay, I wasn't referring to Dumbledore. Who was it that was introduced in this one? At the end, wasn't there someone introduced?
No, what happened was Grindelwald was using Polyjuice Potion, and he changed from Colin Farrell to Johnny Depp.
That's probably what I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah. Well, either way, for me, I would say if I put it anywhere, I'd put it somewhere in Snape.
I'd put it at the end of Snape.
Okay.
I always had like an issue with this, and I'm just looking for names because I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a series where I've watched all these movies twice, and I don't remember any characters' names. Newt,
Newt Scamander.
Okay, I have a big issue with Newt because he's presented, and for lack of a better terms, as a person with mental disabilities, even though he's not. Like the way that they wrote the character and he's acted is as if he does, but if you read the source material, he doesn't.
Yeah.
So it comes off really weird that he's sort of like played as if he's autistic or something.
Yeah.
Did you ever notice that? Because I never really paid attention to it until I watched the third movie, and then I went back and watched the first movie, and I was like, "What the hell are they doing?"
Yeah.
I find it like slightly.
We got our boy
offensive.
Dan Fogler in these.
Yeah, he's the only good part of these movies, I think. Actually, the girl is good in the first one. I don't know any of their names.
Which one? The one who plays Queenie or
both
Tina?
of them, Tina and Queenie.
Yeah.
Both of them. I have it open so I can read their names.
Yeah. For once.
Harry Potter is just one of those places for me. It's like Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings, and I love Harry Potter way more than Lord of the Rings, and I still don't know anybody's fucking names.
I know them all. So here we have Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
This is the bottom tier. This movie sucks.
This one was the worst one, yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest
I'm glad
with you, I don't think the next one's any better than that.
I like this one as just as good as the first one, though, because Mads Mikkelsen was fantastic in this movie.
I'll give you ahead of the first Harry Potter, but I can't do Snape.
Okay, I'll do that.
So I pretty much dodged the bullet not watching the second two because I'll be honest with you, the first one I was like it's okay, but compared to like a lot of the Harry Potter movies, it just didn't hit me. So I'm kind of
in terms of movie quality and like a score I would attach to a movie, they're all pretty good except the second Crimes of Grindelwald. That movie, it's actually not a good movie. Like nothing that happens makes any logical sense. It's just like a series of random events.
So the reason being, what happened here with a little bit of lore here, Johnny Depp did not come back for the third film because he was in the trial with Amber Heard.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
see,
why they replaced him with Mads Mikkelsen.
so
So he changed
question.
characters 3 times.
Yeah, he's a Time Lord.
That's true.
So question then. Did they actually did J.K. Rowling actually make books called Fantastic Beasts, or
Yeah.
were these all okay?
There is
I
a
don't
book
remember
called
if actually-
Fantastic
There's
Beasts.
one book.
Yeah,
So this is kind
Fantastic
of like
Beasts.
so is this like a Hobbit situation we're talking about here, where they're like, oh, we
In
can
a
make
way.
some money off this. Okay.
I just
okay,
also you need to know this. It's worse than The Hobbit because it was supposed to be 5 movies, and the final 2 movies just aren't
Wow.
getting made now. It was supposed to be part 1 and part 2, and it's just not happening.
So Fantastic Beasts is where to find them is actually a textbook in the Harry Potter universe written by Newt Scamander.
So
Okay.
it's essentially the what's
His
the book-
story.
What's the Lord of the Rings book called?
The Silmarillion.
Silmarillion.
Yeah. So it's written by Newt Scamander in the universe, but it's written by J.K. Rowling.
I mean, I'm not upset with this ranking. I'll to be honest with you, I expected this to be a lot harder.
Yeah, no,
The only
I'm
thing,
do yourself a favor, watch all the Harry Potter films, but you can skip
you could
the thing.
watch. You could just watch the first Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
that's what I did. The only thing I would say I would dispute, but you guys understand why I went Order of the Phoenix and Merlin's Beard. But other than that, yeah, I'm good.
This is my reasoning why I'm gonna say no, because Prisoner of Azkaban is so good. It's so well
And
made.
it's a standalone story. That's the only one that doesn't feature Voldemort.
I would feel it's doing a disservice to the franchise to even put any other movie in this category with it.
Yeah, this one had a lot of it had it was so well acted. It was one of the best ones.
I mean, Order of the
I'm
Phoenix
not
is
saying
good.
that.
Yeah.
Order of the Phoenix is really good.
I mean, Order of the Phoenix, you got to give it for that great death on Sirius Black.
Mm-hmm. I think that might be why it hit me a lot in that situation too, especially since the relationship that started happening because of Harry, and that I don't know. Order of the Phoenix was one of those ones that I remember that I bought these individually when they came out in DVD, and this back before Blu-ray existed, and again, I wasn't deep into the movies. Like, it was one of those things like you get them in like the $5 bin kind of situation where you go grab it. And I remember distinctly Order of the Phoenix was one I constantly watched. Prisoner of Azkaban I did too, but Order of the Phoenix hit me much better than Prisoner, and I guess maybe that's why.
I see. I'm different with this franchise in the sense that I can't I can't just watch Prisoner of Azkaban. I either have to watch every single movie in a row,
Yeah.
or I can't watch Harry Potter. Like, it's like Lord of the Rings. I can't just watch the third movie. If I don't watch all of the movies, I'm just saying. You said you watched it a bunch of times. I'm not disagreeing with you doing it.
I mean, you can. It's like watching Empire more than watching any of the other
But
films.
it's like Star Wars.
Exactly,
If I'm going to watch Star Wars, I have to watch all of Star Wars, or I can't watch Star Wars. I have to just be like prepared that, okay, it's been 3 years. I'm going to binge all the movies.
Oh,
and it's
I
like
see what you're saying.
we have this conversation a lot, but it's like it's not I don't like Star Wars or I don't like Lord of the Rings. They're just not in my tier of like things that I'm willing to die for in an argument.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Fair
care.
enough.
I don't care at all if people don't like Star Wars, and I don't care at all. If you don't like
to be
Batman,
honest,
we might have to fight.
Yeah, there's a problem there.
If you don't like Harry Potter, like, I mean, Harry Potter is up there with my favorite franchises. And I think in terms of raw poo, the 3 Hobbit movies to the Lord of the Rings franchise are much worse than anything that's in the Harry Potter franchise.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's a good thing I avoided that as well.
Especially the third one.
Yeah.
And it's funny too. I actually bought Hobbit on Blu-ray. I bought Hobbit on Blu-ray. Same situation. I got it really cheap on Black Friday. It was like the collector's edition. I still have it. I opened it, never watched it, and I think the reason I never watched it was because every single time that I had a conversation with people, they would say, "Oh," and again, we'll get into that more with another video.
I think if you hit a little bit of the devil's lettuce, and
smoke a little,
just
or in
like
Harry Potter, if you got a little bit of that gillyweed.
You got a whole day to waste because it's like a rainy day and you just binge The Hobbit.
A day like today, like we had here.
I don't think you'd be upset. I just sat home all day eating candy. That's literally what I did all day today, watching random shit on the internet.
I got my workout shoveling for 2 hours and the neighbor's driveway because the guy's like 90.
My shit so fast that I came inside and I was like, I was just not even a workout.
My neighbor across the street, he's like 90 years old and he's out there shoveling. I'm like, no, I can't let him do that.
He needs the workout. You gotta tell him, listen, no excuses. Play like a champion. Throw him a Red Bull and go back inside.
I
Give
should
him a
have.
sugar-free monster. Be like, here, bud, you got this.
You got this. The guy, give it to someone who has heart problems. Yeah.
Anyways, that's all we have time for here. We'll be back with like a shitload more. I'm sorry for swearing, but a lot of tier
We already
lists coming
sweared
up.
earlier, so
We'll be on
past that point.
whenever this video airs. Hopefully, I remember to post this one first. We're probably not here for 2 weeks, so you're just gonna get a lot of tier lists. Anyways, have fun.
Yeah.